Ms. Kanimori, I want to ask you, Tamil Nadu politics has always been politics that has been personality oriented. In fact, Karunanidhi versus Jayalalitha ji was, the clash of the titans that people have come to expect in Tamil Nadu. Do you think this time around Tamil Nadu politics is in for a kind of a change, because MK Stalin, yes, the successor of Karunanidhi, yes, has a lot of experience, has been groomed under his father, but he's not necessarily Karunanidhi and the kind of demagogue status that Karunanidhi enjoyed. Similarly, in the AIADMK, Edapati Palaniswamy is definitely not a Jayalalitha. So, do you think Tamil Nadu politics is going to be undergoing a change in the coming elections?
See, I actually don't agree with you when you said it is a personality politics which is there predominantly in Tamil Nadu, because that is not the truth. I don't want to comment about other parties, but when it comes to the DMK, I think people are working with the DMK, and people accepted Dr. Kalaignar as their leader because they believed in his ideology. They believe that he will be able to take forward the ideology of the Dravidian movement and the ideology they believed in. And this is an ideology which will be inclusive and bring social justice. That is why people worked with them. So it is the ideology, and it is looking forward and being an inclusive society is what we believe in. So I don't think you can just say that it is personality politics and it is built around that. It is much more. Tamil Nadu politics is much more than that, and you cannot compare two leaders. I think it's not right in any way, because every leader lives in a different time frame. So what made Dr. Kalaignar, my father, into what he was is a completely different set of needs which those times needed. And what today MK Stalin is what his times have made him to evolve into as a leader. So you cannot compare two people, and two leaders do not have to be the same. I think Mr. Stalin is a leader in his own right, and he is looked up at as one of the leaders who will raise his voice against what the BJP government's agenda is about, against Hindutva, and he will fight for the rights of the states. So that is what people look up to him for. So I think they are two different people, and it's not necessary to compare them in any way. And he is a leader and is right in every way. But of course, I cannot say the same about Mr. Palaniswamy, who is the Chief Minister today, and people did not vote for him. People still do not understand what he stands for, what he believes in, and if at all he believes in anything other than being in power.
Well, so Kanimori, you're talking about Hindutva. What is your allergy to Hindutva? After all, the government controls all temples in Tamil Nadu. Is freeing temples from government control part of Hindutva? Because apart from some ASI protected monuments, it doesn't happen in any other religion. No mosques are protected or controlled by government. No churches are protected or controlled by the government. What is it that you describe as Hindutva, and what is your allergy to it?
No, we don't have any allergy towards any religion, and we have nothing against Hinduism. The only thing we oppose about what people have created about Hinduism is the caste system. Other than that, we have nothing to talk about Hinduism as such. But other than that, when you talk about Hindutva, it is not the religion we are talking about. It is the politics which is built around it. That is wrong. No religion should be used as a political tool for people to come to power. That is what we are talking about. We are talking about there should be secular government. India stands for secularism. Hindutva is dividing people along the lines of religion, along the lines of caste. So this is our, if you want to use the word allergy, yes, this is our allergy towards it. That no religion, no caste can be used to divide people, and that is not good for the peace and harmony of any country. A country should unite its people. It should bring people together. It should not, the government should not be dividing people. That is what we stand against. It is not that we are against any religion. And in Tamil Nadu, yes, we have brought the Hindu temples, not all the temples. Many temples have been brought under the government control because there was a rampant corruption, because the temples own a lot of property and there is no single governing body to take care of those properties, because private people were using it for their benefits. And I think temples should be open to all Hindus, not one particular section of the Hindus. Any Hindu who would like to come to a temple and worship should be allowed to worship. That is what DMK stands for. That any Hindu who believes in Hinduism, who wants to come into a temple, who wants to find space there, should be allowed to come in there. And everybody is equal in front of society, in front of, if you want to call God. That is what we are talking about. It is not that the government has taken over the temples and the government is using the funds. It is that the government had to protect, because that is what was happening, that some individuals were using the property, using the funds coming into the temples for their own benefits. So to stop that corruption, the government had to take over many of the temples, and we had to protect those temples.